Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you, sincere brothers and sisters, is edified by this word tonight. And we're going to name this word Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 270. And in this edition, we're going to speak about Violence Against Women Act, heads to Senate, the Renewal, the Violence Against Women Renewal Act, I should say, is what we're going to speak about in this edition of the Sign of the End Times. If anybody was familiar with earlier this week, you had the violence in Atlanta where 6 Asian women was killed at Gold Spa, which is what you see on the screen. And in the wake of this domestic terror attack, or should we say an anti-Asian hate crime, now the Violence Against Women Act which was originally set up in 1994, has called for a renewal due to the most recent incident earlier last week, I should say, in Atlanta. The Violence Against Women Act originally was set up to protect victims of domestic abuse and sexual violence. And with what just happened earlier last week, now there's a call for a renewal of the Violence Against Women Act. And it was passed, the House passed it. Now it has to go to the Senate. You know, it's up to the Senate to make it official. But in the times that we are living in, violence is continuing to ramp up, and it's not going to stop no time soon. In Genesis 6:11, it told you the earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And we in those times again today. It's extreme violence all over the place. Robberies at an all-time high, murders at an all-time high, domestic violence all-time high, sexual violence all-time high. In the midst of all this going on, you got this COVID thing going on. So we are in the sign of the end times, man. This white male domestic terrorist by the name of Robert Aaron Long. It's a 21-year-old kid. And allegedly, he was angry about his sexual addiction. So what happened is he saw the spa as a temptation to eliminate his sexual addiction. So he goes into this spa, and 8 people were killed, including 6 Asian women. Now, first of all, that don't even make any sense. You got a sexual addiction, you see a spa, and then you go in a spa and you murder 6 Asian women to eliminate your sexual addiction. That right there just show you we in dangerous times, man. And then the police said that the killer by the name of Robert Aaron Long was having a bad day. In the news conference, they said this kid, this young man, which is a kid in my opinion, at 21 years old, the police say that he was having a bad day, and that it's no hate crime and there's no racial motive. You see that? So everything shows you that this was a hate crime. Everything shows you that he was motivated by race. Because if it wasn't, he could have just shot anybody that he saw, or any women in any specific area if that was the case. But this was a blatant, designated, intentional target. Okay, he didn't just stumble across Gold Spot and decide, to kill 6 Asian women. Nah, this wasn't by chance. This was blatant. It was planned. And what the story that's being put out there, the math ain't adding up, man. Again, what's the name of the lesson? Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 270. And in this edition, we're speaking about the Violence Against Women Act, the Renewal Act. And it's heading to Senate, hopefully to get, official. And the Republicans have said thumbs down to the renewal of the act. Okay. And the Democrats is really pushing this thing, and the House already passed it. The renewal of the Violence Against Women Act. The House passed it. Now it has to be finally approved with the Senate, and the Republicans are going to do everything in their power, to sway the Senate not to pass this thing, which is outrageous to me. But these are the times that we living in. And I mean, dude, just here in Milwaukee, well, actually in Brookfield, this was about 10 years ago, similar type incident at a spa. The only difference is the killer, his wife worked at the spa. And so he came up there and went ham. And so, we in dangerous times, man. And Mark 7, verse 21 and 22, it tell you, out of the hearts of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murder, theft, covetousness, deceit, wickedness, lewdness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, and foolishness, man. According to Mark 7, verse 21 and 22, and we in those times. The act that Robert Aaron Long allegedly committed earlier last week in Atlanta was spearheaded by murder, wickedness, an evil eye, pride, all of that, man, plays into this, man. So what am I saying to you, man? Listen, man, the Lord has his own judgment against women for being proud and whatnot. And the main judgment that the Lord had against women was when Eve, stumbled and caused Adam to stumble. And in Genesis, what did it say? Genesis 3:16, I want to say, and I'm paraphrasing, but part of the judgment on a woman because of Eve's downfall was that she would go through excruciating pain during childbirth. And if you look at today, the pain that a woman goes through when she have a child, that pain still exists. Okay, that pain still exists as if they still going in labor. You see? So when you look at what just happened in Atlanta earlier last week, man, if that ain't a sign of the end times, dude, I don't know what is. Imagine getting up, going to a spot and do what you normally do, and somebody comes in and wipe out 8 people because he was angry about his sex addiction. Like I said, it's not adding up, man. But once again, man, what's the name of the word? Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 270. And in this edition, we're speaking about the Violence Against Women Act. And what's happening is, due in the wake of the ATL domestic terror attack, now there's a call for the Violence Against Women Act to be renewed. That way it can furthermore protect domestic abuse victims to murder and sexual violence victims that proceeds all the way to potential murder. And so, like I say, the Republicans do not support this, which is outrageous itself. That alone, the fact that the Republicans say thumbs down to the renewal of the Violence Against Women Act, that should let you know we in trouble. But like I said, the House has passed it. Now it has to go to the Senate, and it's up to the Senate to make the ultimate decision, man. But I hope you sincere, brothers and sisters, man, is edified by this word, man. And let me tell you something, man. You sincere brothers that's listening to this word, come on, man. If you got a sexual addiction, bro, don't go into a spa and kill the first 6 women you see. That ain't it. You dig what I'm saying? And those that's in the truth, those that got the discernment of spirit, know good and well that this was a hate crime motive. This was a racial motive. And come on, this had nothing to do with his sexual addiction. This had absolutely nothing to do with his sexual addiction. This was something else, man. But I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out. And keep Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, first in everything that you do. And stay prayed up at all times, man. Already. Shalom.